Well, hello there, folks. Cory Friedman here, and I wanted to start doing some more value posts and just sharing some more of the information I've learned over the many years of internet marketing. 14 years I've been in this business for, and really just trying to connect more and just give some more value to the market because I'm really trying to start networking more than I used to in the past and stuff like that. So. I want you guys to take a look at this, and I'm just going to call this the Cory Friedman model. And I want to tell you guys something before I even get into this. I am a guy that got an unusual start in this business of information marketing in the make money online internet marketing space. Launching products, high ticket offers, whatever you want to call it. Right? Most people kind of when they first start wanting to make money online, when they first type in those magic words, how to make money online or whatever, they're looking for a shiny object or a method, right? That's why a lot of people get into multi-level marketing and things that sound sexy and easy and push button and stuff like that, right? For whatever reason, once I learned about the information marketing business, I obsessed about it, and I quickly learned that copywriting and creating killer offers and understanding the whole master marketer mindset of a starving market being like the most important fundamental thing. It's about the starving market, right? Finding out what they want, learning their hot buttons. So basically, my main, unlike a lot of people, and this is like 14 years ago when I started this whole trek, I tried to master copywriting, and nobody's ever a master. You can always get better, But I try to figure out what makes people take action and how to sell stuff, basically, right? The other thing I obsessed about is just the overall information marketing business, the front end, the back end, low ticket, high ticket, how the sales funnel, how does it all flow together? But the funny thing about me is I'm a sales, my main strengths are sales and selling and understanding markets and what they want and getting inside their heads, right? And I look at myself as kind of like a chameleon marketer. Let me take a sip of coffee here. I look at myself as sort of like a chameleon marketer where as long as I can find value, and this is the main point I'm trying to get to here, as long as I can find somebody with value to offer, and obviously if it's information marketing, it's in the form of information or coaching of some sorts, right? As long as I can find what I call the ingredients of success, which I really define as like this formula, right? Starving market identification, like starving market identification plus transformation getting ability, the ability to coach someone or have information of such massive value that it's transformational to the customer, right? Plus the ingredients of success, things that help in selling, like testimonials, income proof shots, credentials, credibility, all that stuff, right? So I didn't want to get in a tangent there, but what I'm saying here is I come into this world of information marketing more as a marketer, right? Who's looking for the ingredients of success, whereas some people start by becoming an e-commerce guru or something, right? And then, once they're making like 50 grand a month with e-commerce, then they want to teach it, right? So that's always been my Achilles heel. I've always I know the information marketing business. I'm a killer copywriter. I know how to put together sizzling offers. I know how to really see value and position it and sell it, right? Like package, position, sell, whatever. But I've always ended up partnering with people because at the end of the day, I'm the sales guy mainly, right? I'm the guy that makes the sales happen. I'm not necessarily the guru in one specific area, right? Unless you want to call it sales and information marketing, business structure and stuff like that, right? So anyways, I wanted to make that point because I feel like there's a lot of people in this online marketing world who feel stuck because they don't have those ingredients lined up. They don't have, just as an example, they haven't made 20 grand a month with e-commerce drop shipping. So not only are they not making any money, but they can't sell info products because they're not a genuine expert and they don't genuinely have value to offer, right? This is a huge problem I see, and forgive me if I'm going all over the place here, but I think a lot of people will find this valuable. There's this myth going around that anybody can create an information product, And while in some cases that may be true, you got to ask yourself, do you really have transformative value to offer? Can you help somebody save their marriage, genuinely, right? Can you really show somebody how to get to 5, 10 grand a month with a certain method or something, right? Do you have the income proof? Have you been doing it over and over again, right? Do you know how to craft killer webinars that consistently get whatever percent, 5, 10% conversion rates, right? So a lot of people just don't have a valuable skill, right? They don't have a valuable wisdom or set of information, right, that allows them to become an information marketer. So if you feel stuck, like, trust me, I can relate to that so much because I was in that position a lot. And part of the problem of my past and why I've had to restart my career or my business so many times is I have always relied on partnering with people, right? As far as finding the person who's making the money with whatever method. And I'm the master marketer who's going to create the sales funnel, the webinar, close high ticket sales and whatnot, right? So anyways, hope that was insightful. So this is my ideal model. But just on that point one more time, you do not need to be the guru in any starving market or market niche area if you can become a killer salesperson and you know how to sell. And that's why I want to show you guys this in the right here. See the bottom right, offer partnerships. Here's the thing. I'm starting to do my own. I'm starting to make my own income methods work. Like, I'm starting to do things myself. Like, one thing I'm getting into now is Kindle publishing, right? Because I think it's a great business model, particularly in erotica, in the erotica space. And it's going to take me probably 6 months or 8 months to crack the $10,000 a month code, but I know how to do it now. And when I do have my own success there, guess what? I don't need a guru anymore. I can run with that as my own offer. But until then, what I do a lot these days is offer partnerships, okay? So I'm currently partnered with a guy who actually makes like 15 grand or more a month in Google AdMob, which is basically Android apps and making money by the ads that you're publishing Android info apps, right? Which are these apps people read on their phones. And you make money by serving up ads within the apps, right? Long story short, but this guy's good at what he does. He has real value to offer. He's making real money. He has been making really good money for a long time. So that's a key kind of person to partner with me. So this was sort of all over the place, but I'm kind of just doing a brain dump here of the way I look at business. And so offer partnerships are great. If you know how to sell and you can partner with somebody with massive value to offer, right? And the ingredients of success, like income proof, like their method really works, you're good. You're off to the races. But then where a lot of people run into problems is, well, okay, great. Now I have an offer because I partner with somebody, but I don't have the money for ads, right? So I want you guys to look at the left-hand screen here for a little bit. On the left here, this is what I now consider my ultimate, maybe not ultimate because there's always a way to improve it, right? But this is the model that I'm slowly transitioning to eventually as my ultimate model where you're not dependent on JVs or even other people in the long run, right? So on the left here going down, this is my ultimate paid traffic business model funnel. And this will all come together in a little bit, I think, okay? But basically, this funnel in my mind is the ultimate. Never worry about recouping your paid traffic investment like quickly and build a massive list, and basically maximum monetization. So just check out how sick this is, right? So let's say I partner with this guy over here and we do a webinar. We have a $697 product, okay? So we're gonna run Facebook ads, and there's a whole skill to that, obviously, but we're gonna run it into a mid-ticket webinar offer that I will craft. And I'm going to do it live for the first whatever amount of weeks, for the first 20 weeks to dial it in and stuff like that, right? But the whole goal of this initial mid-ticket offer, just assume it was the whole Google AdMob money machine, whatever, right? The whole goal of this is really at least break even while having consistent paid traffic, building you a massive list. So, and I'm going to give credit to Alex Becker for the phrase he said, which is the whole point of the initial offer is really to tank the ad cost, right? I think that's a great way to look at it. So ideally is the paid traffic's coming in, you're selling like a mid-ticket offer on a webinar that's at least breaking even. Ideally, you're making some profit in there, but if you're not, no big deal, because look at this. What's the next thing? Either on an upsell immediately after they buy this, or even to the people that didn't buy the initial offer, right? But they're on your email list, you want to push them all into a software as a service, monthly recurring income, something, whatever, right? So even if you're breaking even here, if you're stacking this continuity, right? like let's say every month you're adding 100 people into like a $47 a month recurring income. That's like, what is that, like 40, 45, that's like 47, that's $4,700 a month in recurring income that you're stacking up. So it doesn't take a genius to realize in 3 to 4 months, if you're hitting it with that kind of velocity, this component right here is going to be 15, 20 grand a month. So even if you're mid-ticket, right, starts losing money, imagine a horrible case scenario. Let's say that your offer's been running for like a year plus and it's a little saturated. What if the mid-ticket only starts recuperating like a third of the investment in paid traffic, right? Well, if you got 15, 20 grand a month coming in on the SaaS here, right? Don't worry about it because you'll be breaking even right there. Easily, you'll probably be profitable eventually there, right? And that's like a worst case scenario. But then we have the beautiful stuff in this business, especially, this is what all the pros will tell you. It's like the pros make their money in the back end. But guess what? There's one cool thing here that's not even really, it's even before the back end, right? It's the high ticket. So this high ticket, oops, sorry about that. The high ticket is this golden pot of money. And I've actually tested this on a small scale, and I'm going to start rolling this out. You can actually have the mid-ticket. Let's say you have a group coaching program, right? Which, you can do. Anybody can do that. You can have a group coaching high ticket down here, and you can have your mid-ticket like video course, right? Where it's just like a video course, which doesn't offer as much of the value and the hand-holding or whatever as the high ticket, right? But you could use the same content basically to make two different offers. But what's beautiful is you could actually position this high ticket as an upsell, but almost say, hey, listen, would you like extra help? Would you like more hand holding or whatnot? If you'd like to be considered for for personal or high ticket personalized coaching, or group coaching or whatnot, right? Here's a link where you can apply. And don't worry, if you do decide to get actually coaching, we will discount. We will not only subtract the mid ticket price, right, that they paid, but we'll still throw that product in there, right? So that's a way to literally have your cake and eat it too. And the high ticket, if you're following this model, folks, it's going to be pure freaking profit. So this is literally, it's still the same initial sales funnel. It's still off the initial sale, right? But you're still able to get these big income pops off the high ticket before we even get to the back end. And that's why I think this is so beautiful. And God, this is my best thinking about this business, like literally 14 years in the business, right? So anyways, the back end, as you guys know, is where it's all profit pretty much for the most part. And this is, email list promotions to your own list, ideally webinars, mid-ticket plus, or a recurring kind of income, more different softwares as a service. And also these days, super important is your retargeting list, folks. You need to look these days at retargeting, especially if you're selling higher ticket stuff or mid-ticket plus stuff. You need to be willing to pay money on ads to reach your best customers and your warmest leads, right? People that have opted in and engaged with you, or especially bought products from you. That is a group of people that is well worth advertising to, because there's no way you're not going to make a huge ROI. I'm going to bring up Alex Becker again because I just think he's really freaking smart. So the YouTube channel, right? People that are building these YouTube channels, giving value and building their personal brands, right? Your audience that watches you or has watched you a lot on YouTube is a white hot lead source, right? Even though they might not be buyers, or a lot of them won't. If you run traffic from a YouTube channel, like a fan base, and you send that into like a mid-ticket webinar, you're gonna crush it. That's gonna be profitable, super profitable paid traffic, because you're gonna be able to get leads around $1 to $2 a piece. And it's really warm traffic that already knows you, likes you, trusts you. So again, folks, a little bit of a brain dump here, but I just want to. This is really my master view of everything I've learned over the years. So again, what I'm doing now, I eventually want to start working towards having my own offers, because why not have your own offers? So everything can be yours, right? At least in this main funnel, or when you do a JV promo and somebody mails an offer for you, gets their people on a webinar of yours. Why not keep half the money instead of 25%, right? Because if I have a partner, then that's that partner who's the guru on the method, right? But it's also the JV, which gets 50%, right? So Here's one more point I want to make. And if you look at a lot of the gurus out there, if you look at a lot of the gurus, the funny thing is they're not even like usually doing all these pieces. Most of the gurus that we've, and I don't like to use that word, they've literally just had like either a mid-ticket offer or, maybe a little more expensive or a high-ticket offer, excuse me. And they've done really well with JV networking and getting big JVs to mail. To put this, and they put it on steroids basically, right? Because we've all heard this phrase, the syndicate, but literally like, and this is what I started realizing is like simple is better sometimes. Like this is what I want to build towards, right? I ultimately want to have like multiple paid traffic funnels running concurrently, all funneling into either one SaaS or multiple SaaSes with everything you see here on the board, right? So like, why only generate a couple thousand leads a month on your list when you could generate 10,000, 20,000 leads a month, right? Just by scaling it up, right? And tapping into more traffic sources. But really, each one of these things in this left side, these are all basically offers, right? These are all offer areas or parts of the funnel, or even just offers by like high ticket offer by itself, right? Well, you put a JV webinar together with a high ticket offer and boom, you made a ton of money, right? So I thought this might be valuable to see how a guy that's been in the game so long thinks, especially the whole partnering part with people, especially for people that don't have the value to offer yet in a starving hot market area, right? But they want to get into information marketing and start doing all the stuff that all the cool kids talk about, right? So it's kind of like one big wheel here. So ultimately, one day, and I'm building this out now, I want to do all this. I want to have my own paid traffic funnels running, whether or not these offers are my own or a combination of partnered offers or whatnot, right? And then really, everything is like icing on the cake. Everything, JV promos, if you can get like one or two JV promos a month, I mean, that's like huge. Like that could be like 20 to 50K a month extra, even before you really get big, right? But everything here just like feeds on itself, right? So like right now, just to put this into a last perspective here, I'm currently partnering and making a webinar with a guy that I just said who is making a killing doing Google AdMob Android apps, where he publishes like these info Android apps, and the way they make money is by showing the AdSense right in the bottom of the AdMob, right? He's making 15K a month, so I'm partnering with him right now to create an offer. Okay, we're creating a high ticket offer first. He wants to do group coaching. Okay, but guess what? So just by doing that partnership, first of all, boom, we have a high ticket offer, right? Second of all, I could take that on the webinar circuit, particularly when we're gonna make a mid ticket version of that same offer. Okay, it's gonna be like it's gonna not there's not gonna be coaching. It might have one or two less valuable items in it. I don't know, but I'm going to take that, and guess what? We're going to get in the webinar circuit, and we're going to start getting some JV promos, and guess what? Just one or two a month is an extra 10 grand a month for each of us, like easily, right? So it's just beautiful when this whole thing kind of just works together. And that's it, guys. I just wanted to kind of show you my best thinking after all these years about the information marketing business model, particularly within the internet marketing make money online space, right? And, you could do it the hard way. Like I've tried to like do this whole thing, this whole time I've been trying to do this whole thing on the left for the paid traffic. And really what I should have been doing earlier was networking more, right? And just keeping it simpler and, maybe even just getting one hot webinar offer and then getting some, using the JV promos or webinars once or twice a month, just for my steady, no worries, no stress, 10 grand a month income, right? And I've made a lot more than that over the years, but I've done things a lot harder than I had to, right? So the last thing I want to say here, if you guys are struggling or you're overcomplicating things, like all day long we hear about funnels, right? Like, oh, I need a low ticket, I need a tripwire, I need a mid ticket, I need some kind of recurring income, blah blah blah. I need like a 55-part email sequence that's perfected and blah 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 blah. If I were to start over again, and this is actually what I'm doing now, because I'm realizing the mistake, like I overcomplicated things, right? All you need is one hot webinar offer, and you can partner with somebody if you know how to write copy, right? If you're a good marketer, if you can sell and create killer webinars, okay, and that's a learnable skill, okay? You could partner with somebody who has value, like the AdMob method guy that I'm partnering with now. Partner with that person, create a mid-ticket $697, $997 webinar video course offer. It has to be good, obviously, right? And boom, then start networking and making friends. And I'm going to give Brad Spencer a shout out now, because he's really fixed my mindset a lot here, and he's one of the best guys I know in the business, just on a personal note, and he's really good. If anybody's like the master networker, this guy knows how to help people make friends and really create win-win-win scenarios. He's a master networker guy, okay? So, but to go back to my point, all you need is one hot webinar offer. And if you don't feel like you have the skills or the value, partner with somebody, create the webinar, learn how to create a killer webinar, and then just try to get 1 or 2 JV promos a month. That's 10 grand easily in your pocket if you do it right. And that could be the foundation of your business, right? That's your guaranteed pay the rent, make a 6-figure income money, right? So then as you start getting better, as you have some extra money in the bank, try to put this offer on a paid traffic webinar, right? Can you break even? Great. Well, if you can, now you're building a list, and now you're becoming a big boy or a big girl, right? Because now you're becoming a paid traffic person, and you're building a massive email list. And in the end of the game, folks, that's what separates the men from the boys and the women from the gals. It's simply having a massive email list where you could put 500, 1,000 people on a webinar whenever you want. Okay? You don't need to you don't need to beg JV partners to mail for you anymore. When you could do that, when you wield a massive list and you could generate, 50K promos on command or more, the world becomes your oyster, right? So I think everybody should always lean towards getting over here on the left, because that's when you write your own ticket and you're unstoppable, right? But you can also keep it super simple in the beginning, and if you don't have value, partner with somebody, So folks, I know this is a little bit all over the place. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you found this valuable. And in the future, I want to be sharing a lot more of my skills and my value over the coming months, etc. And I'm going to keep it much more short and sweet and more focused in the future. But I just felt like, this is so valuable in itself, like all these things that I've learned over the years and the way I view the business now. And I thought that some people would get some massive value from this. So that's it, folks. Cory Friedman here. All the best, and I'll see y'all later.